US 07251, who basically said, on my response to a video, there is no God. Their response is, well, they're given a website, kaheel7.com/ing. It says, if you want to feel the presence of God, try to be a Muslim in 1 week only. Believe me, you know what the life means. I say this, I know a lot of new Muslims saying that they were in a dark world before Islam. Now, first of all, the thing is, how can I feel the presence of God when I know there's no such thing? God does not exist. It's like telling me that Santa Claus actually exists, in a sense, when I know there's no such thing as God, and I know people were created by extraterrestrials. I don't believe in Darwinism, but I believe in intelligent design by extraterrestrials. I don't actually believe it, I understand it. Because the reason being is, in evolution, I studied zoology myself, and I actually studied, in zoology we studied evolution, where you get one animal and another animal and another animal, and you see how they developed. They put on an evolutionary timeline type thing. And there were certain animals where they had like giant leaps, and normally you would find evidence that would fill the gap. And the thing is, as well as why do some animals inherit traits from other animals when they're like way separate from the evolutionary branches? So the whole concept of extraterrestrial splicing and constructing life on a development life cycle is where they get. It's like, when you build information systems, you reuse, you create, you create new and you reuse old code snippets, and this is so obvious in the concept of extraterrestrials creating life on this planet, and it's so obvious, and I'm actually quite happy. The good thing about the movie Prometheus is it's got this idea in it, but they just tend to go a bit extreme where people want to meet the creators. The creators have got like a big chip on their shoulder, and normally it's like it is a real oxymoron. An advanced humanity creating life on Earth, and when the creation of Earth come and meet the creators, they're like, no, 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 no. It wouldn't happen like that, because it's like, I'm an artist and I create a painting. Say if I had to create a robot, or another living thing, and it became self-aware, I would actually love it, the work. So and when I think about it, so basically Prometheus has a bit of truth, but it's quite inaccurate psychologically. And the next thing it says, certainly if you should be secondly, it's like trying to force me to be a Muslim for a week. First of all, I decide myself if I want to role play as a Muslim or a Christian or whatever, and basically I wouldn't role play as a very conservative form of belief, because it goes against my consciousness, and people who actually follow those sort of beliefs tend to discriminate me and say, you're wrong, you're this, you're that, you blah blah blah, where I'm just being myself and being true to myself. So it's like you can't conform me to be a Muslim for a week. I would actually prefer to role play as a Buddhist or a Hinduist, and I've done a bit of, as I sometimes do the Hare Krishna mantra, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Hare. I actually sometimes do use that mantra to calm me, and it has a very calming effect. I see more of a psychological form of meditation on that, using sounds to actually calm and relax, and there's nothing mystical about it. Then you say and then again, I already understand how the universe works. That life was created by extraterrestrials. The universe, more or less, is infinite. Well, it not more or less is infinite, but I'm thinking of the sense of on how it's cycling. It's toroid, so in a sense, things are created, recycled, created, recycled. There's no divine creator. It's like nature, like with the planet, with the water cycle. You got, and you probably say, oh, how did the water cycle happen? It's terraforming did that, and but then there's planets in the solar system who have a similar cycle, and there's no terraforming involved. It's just a natural cycle, and the water cycle on Earth is much of an idea. What you use in terraforming, where you use natural aspects and natural laws on how chemicals and that get recycled in a in a non-living ecosystem. In a sense, because the water cycle it can actually continue without the existence of life. Then you mentioned as well. You say then it goes a bit in the world of dark before Islam. Basically, Islam in itself, no offense, tends to conform and blind people from the truth. You basically worship Allah, which I know myself is another pronunciation or a word. Allah derived from the word Eloha, which is a single entity extraterrestrial. You got Elohim, which is all of them grouped up, and Eloha, which is a single one. Allah, the word Allah derived from Eloha. So basically, I know that truth, and many evidence. I don't know if I've got it here, but I've actually somebody who sent me a pamphlet about Islam gave it to me. I don't have it. I think I've pinned it. But I had the pamphlet when it goes mentioning about the similarities between Hebrew or Judaism and Islamism, Islam, and saying the link between Eloha or Elohim and Allah, and that is actually evidence of with that. So yeah, I think I'll finish it off at that, and there's no point pretending. I might as well believe Santa Claus or the Tooth Fairy. Sorry, and I'd rather prefer Hinduism and Buddhism because it's more peaceful and there's a lot of meditation involved, a lot of love, compassion. I prefer the left forms of Hinduism and Buddhism because it focuses more on sensuality and the awakening of the Kundalini. So that's what I prefer, would prefer. Okay, see, time's running out. I've only got 15 minutes, so 10 minutes. So, namaste.